Feeling better, my lord?
Much.
If I suggested you weren't as young as you used to be and should leave the scaling of castle walls to others, would I be disrespectful?
You would.
Then I won't suggest it.
Don't. Lancelot, have you ever been to Ireland?
Oh, my lord, I haven't.
Well, one of the Irish kings is holding a tournament to which I've been invited. And I want you to go as my representative.
Oh, good. What's the king's name?
Anguish. King Anguish. They say he's blessed with the most beautiful daughter. I need hardly remind you that your business will be fighting, not wooing.
Oh, my lord, you needn't.
Oh.
Halt! Dismount. Not a move. I was only reaching for my purse. That's what you want, isn't it?
Do I look then like a robber?
Yes, you do. No, of course not. We're strangers in Ireland. What my squire really means is that in Britain, where we come from, robbers sometimes stop you on the road like this.
Do they now? And do they ever give you a choice? Your purse or a rhyme?
Not frequently, no.
Then I will. I must have a word to rhyme with agony. I've racked me brains. Agony, bagony, chagony, dagony, fagony, gagony. And I can't think of a thing.
What's it for?
A poem. A most important poem. To Kathleen from exile.
Perhaps if we knew how it went.
Delighted. Lady, if the moon is full, it drank of thy fair eyes. And if it waxes pale and white, that comes as no surprise. The moon has seen you, yet must stay 10,000 miles away. How well I know its agony.
For you are far away from me.
Of course. How simple. Young squire, the Prince of Limerick is everlastingly in your debt. Come into me castle.
Thank you.
Britons, you say? You sure there's not a bit of Irish in you?
Certainly not.
My squire means that the more we travel, the more we find people are pretty much alike. But I see you're more a prince of good fellows than a prince of Limerick.
Ah, the title's a true one. Even had a leaky old castle to go with it. Until King Anguish dispossessed me forever. Plus one day.
What was your crime?
A limerick.
What's that?
A jingle or rhyme, named after me. They're all the rage in Ireland now, but none can top the master. This is the one for which I was exiled by King Anguish. The king of the Emerald Isle has the skin of an old crocodile. His jaw is like iron, and though he keeps trying, 'tis anguish for anguish to smile.
I think it's very good. Why didn't he like it?
I can see why. Oh, it's very funny.
Tell us another.
Ah, the fun is to make them up on the spur of the moment. What is your name tonight?
Lancelot of the Lake. But you could find a rhyme for Brian easier than Lancelot.
Ah, not so. A certain young knight of the lake, this very true statement did make. Romance is confusing when constantly using a Lancelot, making men quake.
Now me.
Well,
No. Not if we're to reach King Anguish's court by nightfall. Brian, the horses. Now tell me, Prince, I understand the prize for the winner of this tournament is to be a string of diamonds.
Not anymore, it isn't. King Anguish's daughter, Kathleen, goes to the winner now. And no greater prize could there be.
Now, the winner of this tournament becomes the heir to King Anguish's kingdom.
That's right. And all because of me.
Oh? How do you mean?
Well, you see, the lovely, gentle Kathleen, who could have any man in all Ireland, will in fact have none but a paupered poet prince. You. Me. King Anguish knows that Kathleen and I are in love. But as he has no more use for poets than he has for paupers, he has forbidden us to marry.
So the purpose of the tournament is to find a suitable husband for Lady Kathleen.
That's right. After all the best knights in Ireland have risked their lives for her, she'll have to marry the winner.
But is there nothing you can do about it?
Oh, I shall enter the tournament and fight for her along with the rest. I shall be killed, of course, because I'm better with words than I am with swords. But I'd rather die for this lady than live without her. So there's an end to it.
Well, that's a very noble sentiment, Prince. But is there nothing I can do to help?
No. Yes. You may bring her my poem. But exactly as I tell you. Now listen. Lady, if the moon is full, it drank of thy fair eyes.
Will you tell King Anguish that a knight from King Arthur's court begs an audience with him? Sir Lancelot of the Lake.
Sure. And if you're waiting there, my lord, I'll ask His Majesty.
Thank you. I beg your pardon.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
You're not likely to ask my pardon for nothing. Out with it, man.
Well, in Britain, where I come from, as a...
That little island east of our country. What ill wind blew you here?
I came to compete in your tournament.
Compete? A British knight? What's to compete in our tournament?
It was in great form today.
Sir Lancelot of the Lake.
You're welcome here, Sir Knight.
My Lord Arthur sends his greetings, sire, and bids me represent him in your tournament.
Your name shall be inscribed.
Before that is done, sire, may we settle the question of the prize? I was given to understand that it was to be a string of diamonds.
The prize now, sir, is the hand of my daughter Kathleen in marriage. You're not married, are you, Sir Knight?
No, my lord, I'm not married. But may I ask why it's necessary to find Lady Kathleen a husband, if she's as beautiful and gentle as they say?
Tell me, do I look like a happy man to you?
Well, I must confess I've seen jollier monarchs.
Yes, and I'll tell you why I look like this. It's because I have a daughter with a tongue like a horsewhip. Ooh, she's worse than a fishwife when she starts. Very well, if you still want to see her, you have my permission. But don't say I didn't give you a fair warning. Conduct Sir Lancelot to the Lady Kathleen.
Lady Kathleen.
Well, what do you want?
To meet you.
How you do you? And it certainly won't to be that I have sound teeth and I'm not swayback, nor broken in wind or limb. Why, you
Please.
miserable, undersized, pale-haired, chicken-hearted...
Prince Limerick.
What did you say?
I have a message from Prince Limerick.
How is he? Staying out of the damp? Oh, he has a weak chest, poor boy. He shouldn't be living in the woods.
He's in the best of health.
Yes, but are you sure
He's
that...
in the best of health. He, sends a poem to you.
Oh.
And he's given me strict instructions as to how to say it to you. You do understand I'm supposed to be he?
Naturally. I don't think I'd allow you to do this.
No, of course not. I must confess I wouldn't let my best friend do it.
But I understand. It's not you that's here. It's the wonderfulness of him.
Oh. I must take you across to the window.
He knows I look my best in a strong light.
Yes? Yes. Just tilt up your chin, speak the poem to you, and then kiss you. I hope you don't mind.
I don't believe I know your name.
It's not important. Lancelot of the Lake.
Oh, good Sir Lancelot. Oh, I've missed him so. Could I have the kiss first and then the poem?
This is impossible. If you want to kiss me as me, that's one thing. If you want to kiss me as him, I'd better take you to him. He's not very far away. Forgive me interrupting, but it's getting late, and we still have to make plans for the tournament tomorrow.
Tournament?
Yes. Your father's knights are a pretty fierce-looking lot.
Mostly pigs.
Well, pigs or not, our good prince here is going to be hard put to it to win.
I told you. I haven't a chance.
And what are you going to do?
Die trying. I've even composed me epitaph.
Listen, Prince, if you do marry the Lady Kathleen and ascend her father's throne, will you promise to keep the peace and treat your people with justice?
After Kathleen, the thing I love best is peace.
Good. And I somehow doubt that the same can be said for Baron Wicklow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm withdrawing from the tournament.
You mean you don't want to marry Kathleen?
Now, let me finish. I said I'm withdrawing. And somehow, between now and the beginning of the tournament, I'm going to teach you how to fight. Now let's discuss the tournament.
It depresses me.
You know, the thing to do is to make your opponent so angry that he starts swinging wildly.
Angry? What better way to anger than with a limerick?
Of course. Now, what rhymes with Wicklow?
Wicklow. Wicklow. Kicklow.
Good evening, Father. Well, aren't you going to ask me where I've been?
I wanted to avoid an argument.
It's always the same. Whenever you want to avoid an argument, I want to argue. You never do anything I want.
If I do, then you don't want to. You should thank the saints every night for your beauty, my girl. It blinds these young men as to what you're really like.
I can be very nice to nice people.
Huh. All right, then. Where have you been?
None of your business.
Oh. Well, Sir Knight, now that you've met my daughter, do you still want to enter for the tournament?
More than ever, sire. But since I'm here to represent King Arthur, who is already well and truly married, I feel that I must withdraw from this tournament.
Ha, 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 ha! British steel gets rusty in this Irish air, huh?
However, since I'm on my feet, I should like to convey a message to Baron Wicklow. Which is he?
So, they've heard of me in Britain, eh?
My message is from Limerick. The Prince of Limerick, to be exact. He's coming to the tournament tomorrow, but he asked me to send you advance greetings in the form of a limerick. The Baron of Wicklow is fat. In his haunch, in his paunch, in his hat.
I kill you!
My dear sir, I am simply the messenger. May I continue?
Don't kill him!
My insult's intended. I hope I've offended. If not, may I call you a rat?
Where is he?
Coming. He challenges you to single combat. He also ordered me to take this glove and...
Just wait until tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Prince. It's no good at all. Oh, well, let's try again. Come on. Cut at my shoulder. Yes, now the other one. Yes. Good. Good.
What's the matter?
I'm afraid he sprained his wrist.
Not that I'll really be missed. Had Limerick fought, as Limerick ought, they'd have scratched his name off the list.
Oh!
The tournament started.
Oh, Prince, you can't give up hope.
Sorry, it's my fault your wrist's sprained.
Ah, not at all. I'm a weakling.
Nevertheless, I insist as a matter of honor that I represent you in the tournament. Now, get your tabard off and give it to me quickly.
A fine night against the Irish.
Come on.
Couldn't you fight with just one hand?
No.
Oh!
King Anguish, the honor burns in me like a hot fire. Where is this Prince of Limerick?
Oh, he probably ate too much last night.
Call the Prince of Limerick.
Call the Prince of Limerick.
Your Majesty.
Did you send a message to Wicklow challenging him to individual combat?
I did.
Let the tournament begin.
Trial 1. The Prince of Limerick and the Baron Wicklow.
If you want to say goodbye to your poets, this is your last chance.
Father, have you ever seen a Briton fight?
I was surprised when that Lancelot backed away from combat.
Why, is he good?
None of them is good. Do you know, their lives are so miserable they don't mind dying. Your poet has been practicing. What a blow. No British knight could do a thing like that. You wouldn't expect it of a poet either. What's he dismounting for? He could ride Wicklow down.
Why, Father, you're on his side.
Well, I've got to be for the winner. That's the first rule of being a king.
He just wants to play fair.
Oh, isn't that just like a poet for you? Oh.
Don't play your luck too much, Limerick. King Anguish, I'm determined to marry your daughter.
Baron Wicklow, you're lucky that you still have your head.
I want one more chance.
The rules of the tournament
Include the right of a monarch to call for a melee at the end. The House of Wicklow against the House of Limerick. He'll never survive it, I promise you.
That sword of his can cut 7 ways at once. How many of your knights will want to face it?
None, because we won't use swords. Shillelaghs.
That plan is worthy of you, Baron. The county of Wicklow is the home of the Shillelagh. You have many knights who can stand up with you, while Limerick as yet has none. No, he's won the day. I'll keep my word.
The strongest house in all Ireland, the House of Wicklow, is on your side. But supposing we turn against you, do you really believe that Limerick would defend you after the way you've treated him?
I'll let you know.
Oh, darling, you were wonderful, wonderful.
It was Sir Lancelot did the fighting.
Oh, but it was that Limerick that put Wicklow out of face. He hasn't been the same since.
Well, Prince Limerick, Lady Kathleen, my congratulations.
We shall be forever in your debt, Sir Lancelot.
Well, when I next want a poem, Limerick, I'll remember you. But if you take my advice, now you've won your prize, I should run.
What? And Miss Wicklaw's expression at the banquet. Oh, I shall tell him that I sprained my wrist when I hit him on his rocky head.
Sir Lancelot is right. Sure, Wicklow isn't going to give in that easily. And Father will think of some nasty trick.
Not at all. Your father is a man of honor, and a lot cleverer than he lets on.
Sure, if our marriage is to be a happy one, I'll have to make all the important decisions, including the one that says we take horse at once. And don't interrupt me. Oh, what villainy are you planning now?
Limerick, if you wonder why I never smile, I give you the reason.
But I'm going to put a stop to this bickering right now. In my family, I want love and understanding. Say something nice to me father-in-law.
Make him say something nice first.
You've won the girl. But for political reasons, it's necessary that you fight again.
You see? You see?
See what? I'm ready. Why, I feel as though I've been cooped up all day long.
Good. Now, Wicklow has called for a free-for-all melee, your followers against his. And for weapons, he chooses the shillelagh. Now, don't tell me that it grows in County Wicklow and he's the foremost expert at it, for I know that. Yes, and don't tell me you have no followers, for I know that too. No. Come on the field when the trumpet calls.
There. You see what a beast he is?
Thank you for your confidence in me, Prince, but do you mind telling me what a shillelagh is?
'Tis a knotty club made of the blackthorn. You can powder a man's skull with one.
I see. And am I supposed to take on all Baron Wicklaw's band alone?
The Prince of Limerick is a poet and a fool, but he is not a coward. I didn't ask you to fight for me in the first place, and I don't ask you to fight for me now.
Well, that's true enough. But it so happens I'm committed.
If necessary, I shall fight alone. But I have a plan. And if you care to join me, things might turn out well after all.
Uh-huh. Well, what's the plan?
No armor and 2 foreigners. This will be the shortest melee on record.
I'm not speaking to you.
At His Majesty's request, a melee between the House of Wicklow and the House of Limerick.
The Baron of Wicklow is fat. In his haunch, in his paunch, in his hat.
Good.
Are you all right?
It was foul play. Put us in a small room together.
Get up. No, stay there. Will you promise to leave my daughter alone in future?
I will, Your Majesty.
And will you promise to go back to the County Wicklow and stay there?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Get up. And, off with you.
You are a hero.
Well, yes, I am.
It's true. The Baron of Wicklow is fat. In his haunch. In his paunch.
Personally, I like the one about you better.
What?
It is anguish for anguish to smile. There's a lie.
Oh, it's true. Oh, it does hurt.
Now Now listen to my story, yes, listen while I sing of days of old in England when Arthur was the king. In days of old, when knights were bold, this story's told of Lancelot